Hey everybody, this is the LEGO DC Comics Superheroes Mighty Micros, Batman vs. Killer Moth. Why don't I start with Killer Moth? It's actually the more interesting one of the two to me in this case, mostly because of the interesting parts and part colors and prints. So on the front, for the proboscis of the Moth vehicle, that's a wine glass in lime green. I've never seen that color before. That's cool. And then the eyes, or the compound eyes, are actually printed pieces, printed with that hex shape pattern on it, and that's actually printed on two sides. So pretty much anywhere you look at it, you're gonna see that. That's actually quite nice. Has the shield pieces on the sides to represent wings for the vehicle, and those are unprinted. Those are very useful in that form. And on the back here, it has kind of a stinger. Although moths don't really sting, but it's kind of what it looks like, right? And that has the sand green colored unicorn horn going into a yellow hollow stud. And that's also a nice little round dome piece in orange. And you can't hold onto a wheelie, but it can do a wheelie. You know that's important to me for these things. The head can move up and down like that. And that's pretty much it for the vehicle. Oh yeah, little panel in the front there. That is actually a trans bright green. Batman, meanwhile, gets a version of the classic original Batcopter, kind of rendered here in a very strange way. Like, the canopy makes sense to me. I like that. The tail makes sense. I like a little bit of detailing of exhaust, which actually uses silver-colored molded cylinder pieces back there. You know, that's cool. But this right here, the 3 long, or they call it 1.5 long pin there, I don't like that. It just sticks out and looks unfinished to me. Plus, of course, the main rotor itself is just tiny. I can deal with the tininess, although I wish it was a little bit bigger, but that part just, I don't know, just doesn't work for me. The rest of it I think is pretty cool. And it does have a printed piece on the front with the Batman logo down there. It's a 1x2 cheese slope piece. The entire canopy can rotate forward, and because it's done in vehicle form as a car, it has a steering wheel there. Also, this one can be brought up. Let's see, I thought that this could just barely, yeah, there we go. It can be brought up into a wheelie and then actually hold the pose. To the figures then. The Batman is the classic Batman, and I think they've done a pretty nice job for this scale and this general artistic style of capturing that original look. You know, it's very low in detail, but that's just how they do for these Mighty Micros in general. And he's got a pretty extreme face. He does have the exposed lower part of the mask. It's like the Catman style of mask. And Killer Moth has a rubber headgear piece, so you can actually move the antennae around. They do that in rubber so that it doesn't accidentally break off. You can see a little bit more of print there. For the face actually changes up how he looks a little bit more desperate. There's this cocoon gun there, trans neon orangish red or reddish orange wings. The face for the Batman is really weird and different what they've done. See, they've taken just the upper part of it to represent the eyes that you can see through the mask. And then on the other side of that, swinging these guys around, oh, that's not gonna work that way. Let me get this out the way. There we go, the little rotation. He has the band going around the back, a little bit of printing on the back, including the moth that is attached to him, but you can use this in reverse and get a different look. No alternate face for the Killer Moth though. So overall, this ends up being, for me, another one of those sets that has some really cool pieces, a small number of really cool pieces, but isn't a very strong set on the whole. I realize this is, of course, very strongly targeted towards younger kids, but I think that younger kids especially would prefer more of a modern style of Batman. I appreciate the differences, changing things up, going back to the classic style, but I feel like this just doesn't have enough going on with it to appeal to older folks as well. Or should I say either? Let me know if you think I'm wrong about that though. If you actually like the set, or you think that it's good for a number of different folks out there, different fans, let that be known. Share what you think about this set, and especially what in particular that you like. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope I showed you at least everything that you wanted to see or may have been interested in seeing or not seeing. If something's missing, I'm going to continue working on more videos, and I'll be talking to you again very soon.